fact, y'all, the significance of the color blue for African American people. If you've ever traveled within the Gullah Geechee corridor, then you've probably noticed a lot of blue on houses and in bottle trees. This is paint blue. And paint blue and indigo blue are colors that are commonly used for protection. Paint blue is derived from indigo and used on houses and in windows to ward off evil spirits known as boo hags or haints. While these colors have become commonplace for southern coastal decor, the origins of these colorways are undeniably African.
Deeply comprehend this truth. When you endeavor to it's crucial to deeply comprehend this truth. When you endeavor to establish a connection with celestial beings like the mighty Anu or other higher entities from your ancestral lineage, keep in mind that they are far removed from the realm of English. They don't speak it, think in it, or even dream in it. Engaging them through English is akin to speaking to one of your domestic pets. They simply cannot hear or understand. To bridge this gap, you must return to the fundamental language of the universe, tones, symbols, and your ancient tongue. Cuneiform, recognized as the oldest language on our planet.
Conditions that are anticipated to prevail in the last days. These sins will take over before the end. 2 Timothy 3:1-5. But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power. Matthew 24:12. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Don't let anyone deceive you in any way, for that day will not come until the rebellion occurs and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the man doomed to destruction. 1 Timothy 4:1. The Spirit clearly says that in later times some will abandon the faith and follow deceiving spirits and things taught by demons. Luke 21:34. Be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down with carousing, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life, and that day will close on you suddenly like a trap. These verses highlight the moral and spiritual conditions that are anticipated to prevail in the last days.
They convinced you that the so-called devil didn't exist. It's that they convinced people that God didn't exist. It's the other way around. Because when you were saying Shaitan or Shaitan, these were just oppositions. But when you were saying God, you were saying extraterrestrial people. People who were not from planet Tiamat, the Blue Rock, Gaia, or Geo, beings who came down onto the planet Earth. Now, you have mankind having these same exact types of weapons as these guys. The nuclear weapons, the ability to shoot them down out of the sky, the ability to chase them down and track them down like with the Australian incident in 1966. These weapons made it a danger for God to come into your atmosphere, and God meaning just extraterrestrial. So let's get this clear and I'll land it. It's about extraterrestrials. They're controlling everything here. Then you have the people who inherited the power of control from these extraterrestrials. The Dracula movie is about the draconian lineage, the ones who take the youth fountain, which is drinking baby blood, the adrenochrome aspect that you speak about, Monster Inc., which is the monster, the draconians incorporation, the business of the blood, the ability to siphon fear, energy, and other lower vibration they get from people, and also the blood to keep them living longer. So if I say God doesn't exist, you say it's just you in the universe. Nobody set this up. There's no cosmic order. We're the only ones who run this shit, and then that's why you fail, generation after generation.
Remember this, if you think the challenge is too tough for you. Psalm 18:39. You've given me unmatched strength for every fight, making my demons bow in defeat before me. Find your faith to find your strength.
In Egypt, he is known as Apep or Apophis.
Remember,
the Anunnaki are a race of supreme beings who came from the 19th galaxy called Ilion, from a planet called Rizq. They received the name Anunnaki when they came down. Anunnaki is just another word for the Rizkians, the providers, and the Neteru. They were sent by Anu, the Most High. They came from planet Rizq in a mothership called Nibiru, and they used smaller crafts called Shams to come within our atmosphere. 300 Anunnaki stayed in the air, and 600 came down. They crashed down at the Persian Gulf and broke up into two groups. 300 went to Africa in search for gold, located in Zimbabwe, and set up the land of Mu, ruled by Murdoch and Enki, and the other 300 went to Samaria under Enlil and Ninurta. These Anunnaki came in search for minerals such as plutonium, platinum, diamond, uranium, sulfur, and gold, because their home planet was destroyed by a reptilian called Tarnush, and in ancient Egypt he is known as Apep or Apophis, the enemy of the ancient Egyptians. The Anunnaki are dark-skinned with 9 ether hair with slanted eyes. Their descendants are the Negroid Ethiopian race with 9 ether hair. They are also called the Rizkians and the Neteru.
The life of the heart, spiritual life. Who's the second angel that you often hear even mentioned with Jibreel alayhi salam? Mikael or Mikael alayhi salam. And through Mikael alayhi salam, physical life is a portion. That's how the scholars describe him. Hayatun nas in that sense. Provision, al-rizq, wal-riyah, wal-ghayth. Okay, provision, sustenance, rain, winds. Mikael alayhi salam is the angel that Allah has chosen to move them in certain ways when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands.